The strategy that I recommend when first getting into Bitcoin and learning about how to invest in this incredible investment opportunity, I look at dollar cost averaging. Instead of spending $15 on Chipotle, you buy $15 worth of Bitcoin. Instead of going to TJ Maxx and buying that $50 jacket, you spend 25 of it on Bitcoin instead. Instead of investing 500 in your Roth, you invest 400 in your Roth and 100 in Bitcoin. Instead of getting the most expensive food or item or whatever you're buying, vacation experience, get something that is going to satisfy all the requirements that you have but not break the bank, and put the rest into Bitcoin and see what happens. If we look at the dollar cost average strategy, if you implemented this over the past year, you can see that you would have turned your investment of $18,900 into a total value of $28,000, an increase of 49%. The crazy thing about Bitcoin is it's an accelerated compound growth. And what I mean by that is if you look at it from a long-term perspective and give it years to compound, we can see that if you invested $350 into Bitcoin every week since 2010 in January, you would have spent $268,000 on your investment. Today, you would be net positive $10.5 billion. Tell me an investment that gives you that type of ROI. I can't think of one right now. I honestly can't think of something that is this significant. I mean, it's a 3.9 million% increase in value. That is insane. Insane. Nvidia's done awesome. Tesla's done awesome. A lot of companies have done great, and they're going to continue to do great. But this is still in its infancy. It's only 15 years old, 16 years old. What happens when countries start adopting this and buying it for strategic reserve? What happens when more individuals start adding it to their retirement strategy? What happens when BlackRock, instead of saying 1 to 2% allocation, turns that into 10 to 30% allocation of your portfolio should be into Bitcoin? And what happens as this continues to have every 4 years until 2140? When you look at the long-term growth of this potential retirement strategy, and again, none of this is financial advice, we can see that $700 worth of Bitcoin at an annual estimated buy of 16.8K with an annual CAGR of 13%, just like the S&P 500 last year, I will hypothetically be able to retire at the age of 46. The thing is, I don't want to retire. I just want my money to work for me. I want my money to work smart. I want my money to work effectively, and you should too. Leaving your money in cash is just depreciating over time. Look at the charts. Holding cash is a depreciating asset. You wouldn't want to hold 1,000 tons of Venezuelan currency, would you? And that's not to shit on them, but it's just to say a $100 bill is worth like 3 to 6 cents, I'm pretty sure. There's other things that you can buy to store your money instead of just paper that we print over and over and over again. Billions of it a day, millions of it a day, trillions of it a year. So if we look at the annual growth at 88%, which Bitcoin has been performing at for the past several years, you'll see that I'll be able to retire at the age of 35. The biggest thing is just, I don't care about the money. I just want the money to work for me. I want the money to work right. I want to be able to sustain a life, a family, a house, property, livestock. I want to have a secure future, and I want to invest in something that I think has a secure future. And I think that's Bitcoin. And what's to say that it's not going to hit $1 million a coin? What is to say it's not going to hit $1 billion a coin? Who knows? It hit $1, it hit $10, it hit $100,000. So long term, zoom out. Even if you started investing in Bitcoin back in 10 years ago, in January of 2015, you'd still have $11 million. $11 million and just 185K invested. It's the power of time, the power of compound time. At the end of the day, the only thing we have is time and our money to work for us. So the sooner you invest in something that works, the more you're going to get out of life. And that's what we're all trying to do, right? So with that being said, none of this is financial advice. Consult the financial advisor. I just like doing these, mock exercises, and you can't deny the data. You can't deny the data. So have a great night. We'll catch you tomorrow.